If you've ever used a screwdriver, chances are you've come across the famous cross-shaped head that we now simply call the Phillips screwdriver. It's everywhere, whether you're fixing furniture, working on your car, or even assembling electronics. But have you ever stopped to wonder where that name came from? Who exactly was Phillips, and why did his name end up attached to one of the most widely used tools in the world? Well, the story of the Phillips screwdriver isn't just about a clever design. It's also about timing, business sense, and the way one man managed to bring an idea into the mainstream at just the right moment in history. Let's explore, right here, on History of Simple Things. The origins of the Phillips screwdriver trace back to the early 20th century, a time when manufacturing was going through enormous changes. Factories were moving toward mass production, especially in industries like automobiles and aviation. At that time, most screws had a simple slotted head, the kind you'd turn with a flat blade screwdriver. But slotted screws had a major problem. They were prone to something called cam-out. That's when the driver slips out of the slot, damaging the screw head and making it harder to fasten tightly. For assembly lines that demanded speed and precision, especially in the booming auto industry, this was a real headache. There was a clear need for a better screw design, one that allowed faster tightening with fewer mistakes. Enter Henry Frank Phillips. Born in 1890, Phillips wasn't an inventor in the traditional sense. In fact, his background was in business and law. He lived in Portland, Oregon, and by the 1930s he was running his own small business. What made Phillips stand out was his knack for recognizing good ideas and figuring out how to make them commercially successful. Around 1933, he came across a patent filed by another inventor, John P. Thompson, who had designed a screw with a cruciform or cross-shaped recess. Thompson's design promised to solve the cam-out problem because the driver's angled shape would naturally guide itself into the screw head and stay centered. Thompson tried to sell the idea, but failed to get much traction. That's where Phillips came in. Phillips saw the potential of Thompson's design and decided to acquire the rights. He refined the design, improved the specifications, and started promoting it as a solution for mass production industries. His key breakthrough was convincing the American Screw Company, one of the largest screw manufacturers of the time, to develop the machinery needed to mass produce these new screws with consistent quality. It was a huge leap forward because the cross recess had to be precise for the system to work, and making millions of identical screws required highly specialized tooling. The real turning point came when Phillips approached the automotive giant General Motors. GM was constantly looking for ways to speed up its assembly lines, and the Phillips screw's self-centering design meant workers, and even early power-driven tools, could drive screws faster without constant slips. By 1936, GM was using Phillips screws in Cadillac production, and soon after, other car makers followed. Once the auto industry adopted it, the Phillips screw quickly spread to aviation, electronics, and virtually every other manufacturing sector. By the time World War II broke out, the Phillips screw had become a standard fastener in military equipment and aircraft, cementing its place in history. So, while Henry F. Phillips didn't invent the cross-shaped screw from scratch, his role was absolutely critical. He was the one who believed in the idea, bought the patent, and most importantly, figured out how to get it into the hands of big manufacturers. Without him, Thompson's original invention might have been forgotten. In recognition of his efforts, the new design became known as the Phillips screw and screwdriver, forever linking his name with the tool. What made the Phillips screwdriver so successful wasn't just its ability to reduce cam out, but also its compatibility with the growing use of power tools. Unlike a flathead, which requires careful alignment, the Phillips driver naturally centers itself, making it perfect for high-speed assembly. Interestingly, the cam-out feature, which many people see as a flaw today, was originally considered an advantage. It prevented workers or machines from over-tightening and snapping the screw or damaging the material. This feature alone made it a favorite in fast-moving production lines of the 1930s and 40s. As the decades passed, the Phillips design became the most widely used screw drive in the world, but it also inspired new innovations. Other drive types, like the Pozidriv in Europe or the Torx with its star-shaped pattern, were created to further reduce cam-out and improve torque transfer. Still, despite all these advancements, the Phillips screw remains iconic and is still one of the most common fasteners you'll find in any toolbox. It's a reminder of how one smart improvement can shape industries for generations. Henry Phillips himself lived a relatively quiet life outside of his business ventures. He wasn't a household name, and unlike some inventors, he didn't become incredibly wealthy from his creation. He passed away in 1958, but by then his name had already become immortalized in one of the most used tools in human history. Every time you reach for a Phillips screwdriver, you're really reaching for the legacy of a man who saw the value in a simple, practical idea and made sure it got the recognition and adoption it deserved. So, who was the Phillips in the Phillips screwdriver? He was a businessman and promoter, not the original inventor, but the man who had the vision to turn an overlooked design into a global standard. His story is a perfect example of how innovation isn't always about inventing something brand new. It's often about recognizing potential, making improvements, and convincing others to adopt it. The next time you drive in a screw with that familiar crosshead, take a moment to remember Henry F. Phillips, the man whose name is now forever tied to the simple yet revolutionary tool we often take for granted. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.